again, he sucks. Okay, so that's it right there. Anybody and the worst picks of the draft is going to be. I think there's a couple more rounds today.
Yeah.
Whoever the Bills pick, you know where I'm going. They're the worst picks of the draft. Can we get to sleeper picks now?
Nah, I gotta do top picks. Sleeper pick
let's
last.
do sleeper. Top picks gotta go last.
What?
Top picks have to. All right, go ahead. Then you gotta
Wait,
go ahead.
think? What you think? Come on.
I think top picks gotta go last. That's when we really gonna get into it.
Damn. I think the sleeper gotta go.
Sleepers gotta go last. My sleepers is simple.
Damn. You got sleepers.
Sleepers. Can I just drop it on you right now? Pause. Let me just drop it in your lap.
We did. All right, I'm gonna go with my sleeper then. This is what I was excited about. I'm gonna give y'all my sleeper. We probably got the same sleeper, low key. I'm going with the. You go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it. I'll be mad as hell if we got the same person.
Aaron Robinson, Aziz Aguilar. He's African. I'm not going to try to pronounce that correctly. He's an outside linebacker from Georgia. Aaron Robinson is a cornerback from Central Florida. What do they have in common? They're picked by the Giants. These are the sleeper picks, people. This is going to be two key players in our ride to the motherfucking championship in the next couple years.
One of them a cornerback?
Aaron Robinson is a cornerback
from
Central Florida.
Yeah, he transferred from Bama too.
Come on.
Yeah, he's a solid pick. That's what they need.
And we know Central Florida was the team that was going undefeated for a few years.
Yeah.
Locked down. We gonna show y'all what a real cornerback looks like, Buffalo.
Yeah.
We gonna show y'all what a real cornerback. Those are my sleeper picks. And as we go along, anybody that the Giants pick is my sleeper picks because
respect.
Just don't sleep on us.
So we in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? But riding a different wave. I got the New York Giants taking Kadarius Toney. First of all, is he a round one pick? Not at all. Not
What position does he play?
Receivers from Florida, number 1.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That boy is a real football player, though. That's the thing. That's why he's a sleeper pick. He's a real football player. Think about it as a Giants fan. Daniel Jones. And we always, for the last few years, lineman. Guess what? Well, all the receivers we have, Kenny Galladay, John Ross, who ran the fastest 4.2, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. Come on, everyone knows Slayton Sheet is valid. Dante Pettis, the vertical guy. You understand? From Washington. Great college player. No, this is all the Giants receivers. Evan Ingram, solid tight end. We all know that. Then you add a real Kadarius Toney, real solid football player to the mix. The guy could play running back. The guy could play slot. You give him the ball, he's going to make a play. I talked to Ben Vargas. Big ups to Ben Vargas, big Giants fan. He was saying he was pissed off. We should have got the end from Penn State. Forgot the guy's name. Because he's not really a solid first round pick.
We should have Ben on this.
But yeah.
I forgot Ben is that type of nigga who's going to tell you who we should have picked and
that's
why.
A fact.
We got to start utilizing people like that because they really help us break shit down.
No, that's a fact.
Shout out to Ben Vargas, man.
But we downplaying what we saying from saying that. Big ups to Ben. But Kadarius Toney can play running back if you want him back there. So him and Saquon. Mind you, Saquon is a receiving back himself. Daniel Jones just gave himself the Giants just gave Daniel Jones multiple weapons, multiple targets. Kadarius Toney going to be kick returner, punt returner, and make plays. This is what we need. This is what we see.
This year?
I believe they went. I'm not even too sure.
No, this year that we about to do.
Oh, this year, 11-5. Winning the NFC North.
I think you wanted to sell in us, brother.
12-4.
I say 13-3.
13-3.
Daniel Jones comes out, shows that he's a top 5 quarterback in the league.
10-6.
Zach Wilson comes out, shows that he's a top 5 quarterback in the league.
No, not with that O-line.
Julius Randle comes out, shows he's the top 5 player in the league.
Shout out to New York.
The best player on the Mets shows he's the top 5 player in the league. Aaron Judge bangs a hammer, top 5 player in the league.
Come on. All right, let's
Canada has. They said Canada don't have a professional football team, but they do.
Buffalo Bills.
Come on, there we go. There we go. Y'all think it's now part of New York.
All right, let's go to the main event. Drum roll, please. The top pick. I'll start it off. I got Atlanta Falcons picking up the tight end from Florida, the 6'6" legend, 240-pound Mr. Thickens himself, Kyle Pitts.
Why is he such a big deal? Why does
big
everybody
deal.
like him?
Add the source. Think about it. Julio Jones, 6'3", 220. Julio Jones, hands down, the best receiver in the league. Then you add one of the top dogs that people make film out of so they could teach it to their youngins. Calvin Ridley. You understand? Then you add Kyle Pitts, a 6'6", 240 tight end to the mix. Mind you, he did run a 4.5, so I don't think getting rid of Julio Jones is a smart idea if they plan on doing that. To switch those guys up, I was gonna say that point, but it don't make sense.
I think they're getting rid of Julio because this is not a championship winning team now.
But yeah,
and Julio's kind of old, so it's not like you going Kyle Pitts. You could be like, all right, bro, learn how to play. You're gonna be the best player in the league 3 years from now, and then we're gonna be competing. Julio might be done in 3 years.
And yeah, in 3 years, and he could get faster, mind you. DK Metcalf specimens is only 6'4", 229. This kid is 6'6". 240 with athleticism to play on the right side of the field by himself. What cornerback is locking him up?
Can he line up at receiver?
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what he did at Florida.
You can't put a cornerback on him at all.
You can't.
Not at all.
What linebacker getting physical with 6'6", 240?
There's some linebackers out there. Can
That's
they
a
keep
fact.
up with him though?
No, they said his athleticism is the reason why he got picked so early.
It's nothing you can say bad about him. I think a lot of people believe that he was the best player in the draft period. Like best football player in the draft.
You remember how DK Metcalf, they had that picture of him?
Yeah.
Okay, he's not as big as him.
Show me a picture of him. I've never seen him before. But yeah, I think.
Remember how DK Metcalf was the big thing? Like, yo, this dude's a specimen. Look at his size. That should have been Kyle Pitts in that picture.
You remember Sean Oakman?
Yes.
They used to have some funny memes back in the day. They'd be like, "Daddy, pass me the salt," and her father would pass him the salt. I don't know. I don't even know how that went. Oh no, the girl would be like, "Hey, Daddy, pass me the salt," and her dad would go to pass the salt.
Yeah.
And Short Oakman would look at him like, yeah. Explaining memes is always not good.
I know what you're saying. If people know what you're saying, they're gonna be weak.
Shout out to Sean Oakman.
All right, this shit is not.
How is he not in the league, bruh?
I think he like a rape charge or something.
Oh,
he said he got blackmailed, I think. All right, it's not working. Guys, look up Kyle Pitts.
I might look him up right now because I've never seen him before. Oh, he plays in the Canadian Football League. Look at his face, though. He looks
talking about Sean Oakman.
He looked like he's up to no good.
Yeah, bro.
He looks like Now, I'm about to look up Kyle Pitts right now.
He's nasty. I don't know why I just did my feet.
I think Sean Oakman didn't make it to the league because he was too ugly.
That boy hit.
He's big. He's a big guy. Let me see him with his shirt off. Pause.
Yeah, so Kyle Pitts, man. Solid.
He doesn't look that
Falcon.
Physically imposing. He looks slender and 6'6". He's big. So what's his professional? Is he a good blocker?
Yes, he can block.
So is he supposed to be the next Rob Gronkowski? Is that what people have him slotted as?
It's more of a Walker. Is it Walker? Not Walker.
Antonio
Walker.
No.
No. Whoever the Raiders have, him. I forgot the gentleman's name. The Raiders have a solid tight end.
Okay.
And they correlate them two together.
Okay.
It's just. I think Atlanta's gonna do a lot better than they're not going to the Super Bowl. They didn't get this pick to go to the Super Bowl, but I think they got this pick to go to the playoffs.
A cornerstone franchise player.
You understand? I mean, you're gonna have a trouble going against the Saints. You understand? You're gonna have trouble. Who else is down there?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this pick
Tampa Bay?
Do you think this pick is number one solely on the player he is, or what he can add to the team and the heights he could take them to?
Yeah, that.
The heights he could take them to?
Yes, the heights that could help that offense excel to be a contender to get into that playoffs to win that conference.
Well, so what would you say when you say, okay, you draft what's the quarterback the 49ers draft?
Trey Lance.
What do you say when, okay, Jimmy, he's supposed to be way better than Jimmy G. Some people are saying the most talented player in the draft. Even though he could be a bust because there's always a a chance with certain players. Like Trevor Lawrence, we know there's no bust potential. He might never be a Hall of Famer, but we know this is going to be a guy that's going to be a starter in this league for the next 20 years, right?
Yeah.
What do you say to me when I say, okay, Kyle Pitts might be better than Trey Lance, but Trey Lance is going to get a team who was just in the Super Bowl with a quarterback who wasn't as good as he is. He could be the piece that makes them win a Super Bowl. That's a higher height than I think Kyle Pitts could carry Atlanta.
I mean, yeah, that's your opinion. Respect to that.
Right.
I'm not gonna disagree.
Right. I'm asking you, is that how you picked your best? Because that's how I'm picking my best pick.
And the reason why I didn't pick Trey Lance because I don't know what they're gonna do with Trey Lance.
Okay.
You didn't get rid of Jimmy G yet. What are you doing, Trey Lance? Why did Trey Lance go to NDSU? Because everyone else wanted him to play something else. So what if San Fran? What are you doing? Are you trying to utilize him to do something else, or you getting rid of Jimmy G?
No, but
and
this is what
also he played at NDSU. It's very good talent, yes, but you had Carson Wentz. I believe they had someone else. So the name doesn't go too well. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
What do you mean by Carson Wentz? What do you mean by Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz went to NDSU, and now look at him. He
almost won an MVP.
He's floating right now.
Right.
You know. So what? I want to see what San Fran's going to do. Though. Okay, respect.
Okay.
All right. I'm not saying that's Trey Lance at all.
Right.
But I didn't know what San Fran's going to do with him.
Right.
If you got rid of, you know.
I think they're definitely trading Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G is too valuable because people see what he could do. So it's not like, yo, my starting quarterback is Andy Dalton and we just cut him. I think that's the reason. But I think Jimmy G knows he's not the quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they could San Fran could do more and have a solid defense to back it. Have a solid back. You have Deebo Samuel out wide out. I'm excited.
They got the best play caller in the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you had some injuries, your guys coming back. Yes, solid team. They shouldn't pick where they was picking at all if they had a healthy defense.
And that's what's so great about it. And that's why I would say, and that's why I asked you, what was your criteria for picking?
My criteria for picking Kyle Pitts is because Matt Ryan still got it.
Let's not talk about specific team. What was your criteria? The criteria.
The wow factor. Top pick wow factor. Like, so what are you going to add to that team?
It's about the individual player.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I was asking. So my number one pick for the draft was someone I don't think is even like a top 30 talented person in the draft, but the place he went to, what he can add to the team and what the team can add to him is going to make him a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones fell in the perfect spot. He went to the Patriots, right? Number one, we hear a lot of people complain about the Patriot way. We had was a quarterback for the Lions. Matthew Stafford came out and said, trade me anywhere except for the Patriots. Because it's a hard way. You get coached very hard, especially quarterbacks, bro. Quarterbacks are pompous. They want to do their own thing. They want to feel like their own man, and a lot of them do not want a coach like Bill Belichick, right? But when you go to Alabama, you get a coach like Bill Belichick. So, number one, we know that he's comfortable with that level of coaching, that level of scrutiny. Fuck it. Nick Saban might be a more ruthless coach than Bill Belichick because he's dealing with kids. He could talk to them any way they want to. You know what I mean? Even though they're the top guys, he like, Najee Harris, you're unhappy? Okay, we got Derrick Henry to play running back for us. Get out of here. Or Derrick Henry, you want to be pompous? We have Najee Harris behind you, a first-round pick. So you kind of grown up in the Alabama system. You know how to play your role. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know how to play your role. You know how to be just another guy, even though you're the best guy. Now, who was the greatest at doing that in the NFL? Tom Brady. They said, what made Tom Brady great? He had 3 Super Bowls, 3 MVPs, great looking guy, and he acted like he was just another guy in the locker room. He made Bill Belichick talk to him like just another guy in the locker room. I think that's going to be easy for Mac Jones. Mac Jones is the Patriot way. Alabama players are the Patriot way. College football, NFL, same exact thing. You got to think this guy goes from the best defensive coach in the NCAA to the best defensive coach in the NFL. Your defenses are always going to be good. You never have to play from behind. Okay, now we need slow, methodical football from you. Now, what type of player is Mac Jones? He's extremely talented, right? But he needs things. He needs talents around him. He needs an offensive line. Patriots always have a good offensive line. That's not a question. So number one, you walk into a team that is going to have one of the best defense in the league, is going to have one of the best offensive linemen, if not the best offensive line. Those two things transfer from your previous situations. You have the greatest coach of all time from the previous two situations.
But you ain't say who he throwing to.
Now we get into that. I'm working through that. People want to shit on the Patriots now like they don't have any weapons. Just look what they did over the past 20 years. Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Rob Gronkowski, Randy Moss.
Well,
This is the people they cultivate and they bring in.
Okay, well, you're right.
We've had 1 year, bruh.
You're right. But they don't make them like those three white boys those first three white boys you just said.
Who made them?
They don't make them like that no more.
Who made them?
They're not gonna find
Answer
no
my
one
question.
like that.
Who found them?
You know.
Who found them?
You know.
So what's the difference now?
So where he at?
They gonna find them.
When and where?
Now, this year, you're gonna see this year. You're asking questions that I can't readily ask you. I'm telling you right now, if a nigga shows me something over 20 years, 1 year is not going to deter me from thinking he can't find another white boy that played quarterback in college and lacrosse and make him into a great wide receiver.
And you know what? You right. You know why you right? Because that's how you look at companies, as CEO, right? Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but my argument is you're going to have to find that motherfucker.
And they're good at it.
And I hope they do.
Apparently, Bill Belichick is not even the guy that's finding these guys. I've talked about him before. It's a guy that he's not even a GM. He technically doesn't really have a position with the Patriots. He's like this shadowy background figure.
Probably make a lot of money.
He's the one that does all the scouting, and he goes back and say, "Oh, I see something with that guy." I have no doubt they're going to find another little fast white boy that's going to put in work for them. I have no doubt that they're going to draft one of these players that no one really liked. Like, guess who? Guess who no one was trying to draft in the first round? Only the greatest tight end of all time. Who scooped him up? Bill Belichick. Everyone was like, no. Back injury, 3 back injuries in college, stay away. Bill said, no, come on. Let's make you the greatest tight end of all time.
Here's my thing to that, though. Mac Jones is used to throwing a solid receiver. Mac Jones threw to a Heisman winner.
Okay.
To a Heisman winner. He's not getting any of those top dogs that he played around before for 4 years. That's the big difference he's going to see, and that can affect his game.
But let me explain something to you now. That's one way of looking at things, right? Because you could look at, he won the Heisman because he had Mac Jones looking at him, a quarterback with the best. So all of them are affected by that. He's not a... just like as Mac Jones is not individually a great quarterback, that receiver is not individually a great receiver.
No. He's playing with Jalen Hurts, a receiver he had.
Who?
And guess what?
Wait, what? You said he's playing with Jalen Hurts, a receiver he had?
Jalen Hurts had him as
a quarterback he had.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts had him as a receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, so it ain't nothing different over there.
Yes, it is.
And Philly, ain't nothing different over there.
Philly is way different than Alabama. It ain't nothing. Jalen Hurts got benched at Alabama.
To Tua.
Yeah, he got benched.
Okay. No matter who was playing quarterback,
all I'm saying is that.
I know, but look, listen.
They're all. You're saying that you're acting like
Bama.
Mac Jones is the only one. Mac Jones is not the only one. One second. Mac Jones is not the only one that benefited from being on a team full of all talent. They all benefited from it. It's a circle thing, right? When you're a Navy SEAL,
but you don't need to. You could change your quarterbacks though.
You could change your receivers too.
No, you can't.
Okay, so who's the best receiver on that team? Who's the best receiver on the team?
On what team?
On Alabama. Not the Heisman Trophy winner, apparently. But when you are Alabama, it doesn't matter who's there. But
it's multiple receivers.
But who was the best receiver?
Oh yeah, the draft has shown that it was Waddle. Yeah, I would say that then.
But guess what? Who looked like the best receiver in the country? What I'm saying? Who looked like the best receiver?
And I'm pretty sure if they changed the quarterback, he would still look like the best receiver in the country.
And if they change a receiver, somebody else will look like the best receiver in the country. We've seen it because if we was here talking about Waddle, we'd be like, Waddle, if you got hurt, the other receiver would win Heisman. Nah. And that's what happened. They all benefit from it. As a receiver, you don't think it helps having the best offensive line in the country?
Respect, but Alabama quarterback, we'll see. We'll
But we see. You just talked about Jalen Hurts. I'll pick
We'll
holes in
see.
y'all niggas' arguments.
What?
You just said homeboy is good because Jalen Hurts is there. Now you got to see with Alabama quarterbacks. You just endorsed one that got benched, by the way. He had to go somewhere else to play.
Yeah.
And you just...
I just said
him.
all I'm saying is the same source because it's different quarterbacks, but it's still your Bama. You still got Bama pride with it.
Which one
over there in Philly?
Which source do you think